In cinema, the eyes are so important. In some instances, the eyes of a character are used as the motivation for a cut. A character looks at something, and the filmmakers then reveal what they are looking at, as in this example from Hitchcock's Rear Window. Indeed, Alfred Hitchcock was a master at using the eyes of an actor to construct his shots and cuts. Spielberg is another master of this. His characters see something that we're then shown. A cliff, a dinosaur, a murder. However, as this is an acting school video, we're going to discuss how the eyes can be used in performance to convey character, emotion, and also change. Now I know other parts of the face inform our view of a performance, but for the sake of this video, zone in on Gosling's eyes. Here are two scenes from the Ides of March. Gosling plays an idealistic press secretary called Stephen. On the left we have a scene from early on in the film. At this point there is a softness in his eyes and also a playfulness. Then on the right we have a scene towards the end of the film. The character has recently found a woman dead and he's been fired from his job. There is an intensity in his eyes.
There's no note. It's your call, Governor.
Again, a scene from early on in the film and one towards the end. In both scenes, he's talking to a journalist played by Marissa Tomei. The two clips reveal the transformation of this character. On the left, again, his eyes look soft and innocent. He's very playful. On the right, a man who looks dead inside. You can track the character's journey, his arc, simply through Gosling's eyes. Each moment, thought and emotion is so clear because of the precise nature of how he acts with his eyes. Which is why you can get a sense of how Stephen feels, what he's thinking moment to moment, even when the clips are played without sound. Go through the film in your own time and watch how Gosling conveys the change in Stephen simply through his eyes. It's a masterclass. By the end of the film, the character's idealism is gone and a ruthless man remains, which reminds me of another character from cinema history. Let's look at Al Pacino in The Godfather. Pacino's performance as Michael Corleone is one of my all-time favourites. This moment is during the opening of the film, at the wedding of Michael's sister. The scene is the hook, the moment that grabs us. A famous family friend sings to the bride, as Michael sits with Kay, his new girlfriend. Michael informs Kay that his father was involved in helping the singer on his road to success. Now at the start of the film, Michael is completely against his father's way of making money. He doesn't want to be involved in the family business of organised crime. Watch how Pacino conveys Michael's views through his eyes. In this scene he hardly makes eye contact with Kay. When he does, it's very brief and mostly side glances. Michael is uncomfortable in discussing his father's business. Indeed, throughout this entire sequence, he only looks at Kay 10 times.
Luca Brazzi held a gun to his head, and my father assured him that either his brains or his signature would be on the contract. That's a true story. That's my family, Kay. It's not me.
And we're hooked. We know this will be the tragic tale of one man's fall, destined to repeat the sins of the father. Interestingly, Pacino was almost sacked from The Godfather, as the studio didn't think he was very good, as detailed by Pacino himself.
They kept saying, well, when is he going to do something? While we were shooting, there were hints coming back to me that I wasn't wanted. And with more than hints, people were actually, giggling when I'd go on camera. And the studio kept seeing this footage coming back, and they said, well, he seems dull. I was out, and then the Sollozzo scene came.
So this is the scene that saved him from being fired. Through a series of events, Michael's become embroiled in the family business, and he intends to murder the two people that he's meeting with. How did the man so against the family business end up at this point? Watch how Pacino conveys Michael's fear and uncertainty through his eyes. Seeing Michael's eyes nervously move around the room is heightened by the fact that prior to this, Pacino's acting has been very still and understated, the sound effects of the train adding to Michael's headspace. This sudden rush of emotion and movement in his eyes gives so much weight to this moment. What will he do? And I'll pause it there. Let's skip to the end of the film. Michael's sister Connie has just accused him of being involved in her husband's death, which he was. Kay follows up the accusation. Michael snaps. The anger in his eyes is frightening. Michael eventually calms down and allows Kay to ask him about his business this one time. Watch his eyes. He doesn't break eye contact. Michael doesn't even blink as he lies right to Kay's face.
Is it true?
No.
What became of the man who could hardly look at Kay when he spoke of the family business? He's been completely corrupted. He hugs Kay but doesn't close his eyes. This isn't love, he's simply going through the motions to appease her. Michael has completely changed, and you can see it in how Pacino acts with his eyes. Another masterclass. So, next time you're watching a film, watch how actors use their eyes. After all, they are the window to the soul.